Good day, Auties, and welcome to the dark side of autism YouTube. Today we're going to be having a look at a video from the popular and controversial SSSniperwolf, who recently reacted to a video called Autistic Boy Gets Kicked Out of Restaurant. We're going to be taking a look at that, seeing if there's anything that I can add. It's a very recent video, and I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. Let's do it. I think, just from watching like a little bit of a section before choosing this video, I think that there is a company of individuals who make like really badly scripted, narrated videos with very vague meanings that seem to be like pushed out and seem to be very popular. So I imagine that this is one of them. It looks like one of them. So it'll be interesting to both see what the video is like, but also to see what they have to say about it. So let's do it.
Hello friends, it's me, and today is Darman Monday, and we're gonna be watching a Darman video about an autistic kid who gets kicked out of a restaurant. Also, Darman is nominated for a Kids' Choice Award, so go vote for him.
Hey, it's okay, Dylan. Daddy is running late, but he's gonna be here soon.
Loki, I'd be slamming my utensils waiting for my food too. Or maybe he's waiting for his dad. You know, sometimes the dad goes to get milk and never comes back. I hope that doesn't happen to him.
What? Okay, so a very, very sort of humorous reaction. Okay, just trying to gather my thoughts. I've never actually watched this person do stuff. I've seen videos of them reacting to things, but I think the point is that they're getting upset and worried because their other parent isn't there. That makes sense. It's a change, you know. Just problematic though. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Do you mind?
I am terribly sorry. My son just doesn't do well in loud environments.
It wasn't loud until you two sat down.
What do you mean loud? Bro, come on. You're at a restaurant. It's gonna be loud. There's music. There's people talking. Just because you and your wife have ran out of things to talk about and are forced to eat in silence doesn't mean you gotta blame it on the kid.
I mean, I think most people would just like, you know, maybe look like at least just have common courtesy to like start up a conversation at least, you know. I know there's a typo. I know there's a typo in my stream name. I will fix it. Don't you worry. Yeah, obviously not the best, but I think even as autistic adults, we can probably say that we've been in similar situations, or at least, you know, in childhood, you know, having meltdowns in public and stuff, and people leering at us and saying that we are problem child, and sort of turning to our parents and saying, "Oh, you've done a bad job of raising your kid." It's like, shut up. You don't know me. Don't know my life. Who I am.
Oh, he actually was there with his wife. I was just making a joke. When you've been together that long, you run out of things to talk about, huh?
I need to see the manager.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah, sure.
Well, let's get this autistic kid out.
It's okay, baby. We're gonna get the chicken fingers that you like, the way they're here, you know? It's your special night.
No.
What happens if you take the spoon from him?
Mr. Kinkle, is there a problem?
There certainly is. We are trying to enjoy our meal, and we can't because that woman and her son are making all that racket.
Sorry about that.
You know, of all the sounds of the restaurant, the tapping of the spoon is the most annoying.
Not as sorry as you're going to be if you don't move them to another table.
Whoa! Sorry, sir.
He has such a boomy, sort of aggressive voice. It's like, I'd be surprised if he like pulled out a gun. Like, my God. As an autistic adult, I still have plushies, including Care Bear plushies. Good on you. I've got some on my own, for sure. She doxed a bunch of other YouTubers. Yeah, I've heard some bad stuff about her as well. But I'm wanting to watch this just to see if she says anything. So then I can be like, yeah, that's, you know, you got to correct. And especially when a video has 600,000 views in only 4 days. I think it's something to definitely watch and see if there's anything that we can correct about it. Try and alleviate some of the misinformation potentially that comes from it.
This is the Darman studio. We only have two
a spoon
tables
would be
actually.
annoying,
So
but-
unless y'all want to like switch, I've never heard of somebody complain about noise at a restaurant. Actually, there have been times where I wanted to complain about noise. I was at a restaurant trying to have a conversation with my friend, and there's this party of like 12 people, and then two of the girls were like very, very drunk and literally screaming. Every time I try to say something, it's just every like 3 minutes. I have never wanted to be a Karen so bad.
Very well, Mr. Ginkle. I'm sorry, but
Well, would you look at that? He put the spoon down. I don't hear no click-clacking anymore.
I have to move you to a different table.
But I reserved this table specifically for my son.
Yeah.
He's autistic and needs the corner table to keep him calm and relaxed.
too.
Just
I relate.
give him a few minutes to adjust and I'll quiet right down.
Apologies, but we don't offer that option tonight.
No.
On your feet.
That's not what you would do in that situation. Hey, my son's disabled. I don't care. Move yourself. He needs to sit in the corner. Yeah, that is a legit thing. I used to do that a lot. I still do it to this day. I prefer to be in the corner. You know, preferably in the corner seat where she was sitting. Do you guys agree? Are you the same?
What? Excuse me? Bro's acting like he's about to arrest her. Like, on your feet. If somebody spoke to me like that at a
We don't
restaurant,
offer
I'm
that
leaving.
option tonight.
That is so rude.
We don't offer we don't offer any disability inclusion tonight, sorry.
We're gonna get up and move tables, okay?
Oh, no.
Oh, this table
Well.
sucks.
Yeah, it's
Here
a
we
bad
are.
time.
No, I want the booth.
This isn't gonna work.
Well, your other option is to dine elsewhere.
No way.
Yeah,
would
I'm
this
leaving
happen.
1 star and
Why
I'm
do we have to
leaving.
sit here?
Take a guess.
He's only acting that way because you brought us here where it's loud and busy.
I mean, this is obviously incredibly hyperbolic, but I think in reality, situations like this would be a lot more subtle, you know? God damn it.
Sure.
Autistic children require a specific environment
Yes.
to stay calm.
Yes.
That is why I reserved that table special.
Well, you should have thought of that when you and your son disrupted Mr. Ginkle's dinner.
Who is Mr. Ginkles? I'm gonna ginkle this fist in your face if you don't put me back at the other table. You can't just request to move somebody who's already sitting at a table. If that guy doesn't like it, why doesn't he move? If it's bothering
Yeah.
you so much, go to another restaurant. I'm sure they got a 24/7 McDonald's.
Mr. Ginkle is a very important customer in our restaurant.
I didn't let him disrupt his dinner. I was working on soothing him when you moved us.
Well, maybe it's not the noise or the table. It's your inability to control your son.
Yeah. That's another thing. I mean, look, it's not just autistic people who have it bad, like in terms of stigma and like discrimination and stereotypes and stuff. Like, parents of autistic people definitely have like their own set like sources of shame from other people, like shaming language and such. Usually coming in that kind of flavor when they're having like meltdowns or they're distressed. You know, people will make comments or stare too much and be like, make sly comments like, "Oh, you should teach your child better, he's a naughty child," or, you know, things of that nature. Even segregation, like I've heard from, sort of working within the school system, a lot of parents of neurotypical children will sort of ask their children to stay away from the autistic child, and may sort of discriminate and not invite that parent to meetings and such. They won't be sitting in the middle. No, yeah. I mean, nowadays they'd pull out their phone, wouldn't they, and say, why have you asked us to move tables? And then it would all be sorted. I don't think that this would happen, but I think it's trying to prove a point, isn't it? Trying to speak a message. So it's going to be hyperbolous in some respects.
Fine.
This guy's like a Karen-made manager. I'm the final Karen boss. You can't just talk to your customers like that, unless you love getting 1-star reviews.
My husband will be joining us, but he's running late.
I'll make sure he finds your table.
It's 2 seats.
Yeah, there's literally 4 tables in this
Get them in and
restaurant.
out of here as soon as possible. And I mean it.
He called the
Pulls a knife on
bouncer.
them.
Evening, here are your menus.
Thank you. We're gonna wait for my husband before we order.
Look, can you just order now? The quicker I get you both out of here, the less my boss is gonna ride me.
Excuse me?
Yeah, personally, I would not want to stay at a restaurant where everybody was trying to get me to leave. I don't care how good the food is.
You believe this? What kind of a mother lets her son behave that way?
Agreed. It's very rude.
I mean, if you can't keep your kid quiet, why would you bring him to a place like this?
Selfish.
Oh, that you see, that's another thing. Like when we watch videos of people like reacting to adjustments at like events and places, it's like they'll say something along the lines of, well, if you can't handle it, don't go. Like, as if that justifies like not making an event or a situation accessible to disabled people. It's not how it works. You know, you've got to be inclusive, like especially if it's like an autistic child. It's a bloody spoon. Yeah, this is obviously a dramatization of bad acting. Yeah, I don't reckon. I mean, it's not a good representation of what. I don't think they'd want to fake a representation of an autistic child, to be honest. But I mean, that's beside the point, isn't it? Yeah, it's that whole thing of, you know, if they can't deal or adjust to the situation and cope with it, then they just shouldn't have access to it, which is like pretty much most places in society. Give them a rubber spoon. I don't think they have a rubber spoon. Would have been nice if this was a real video. What do you mean?
It's very selfish.
Yeah, it's very selfish asking somebody to move. Like, she just said her kid was autistic. Like, shut up, Karen. Have a drink or two. She even got the Karen cut. They must be so much fun.
Dylan, it's okay.
Miss, if you can't control your child, I'm gonna have you removed from the restaurant.
I'm trying.
Try harder.
Stop being
You can't
overstimulated.
just yell at her.
Thank you. And if he acts up again, kicking you out of here.
The disrespect on this dude is making me so mad.
Security.
It's just acting. It's just acting. Oh, another time I wanted to go full Karen, but I didn't, was when the table next to us had an iPad kid and they were watching Baby Shark, and it was the same thing, just Baby Shark like
I've
the
had that before, to be
entire
honest.
hour and a half we were there, just on repeat. That's the only thing that they were watching, like the 24-hour Baby Shark compilation. I didn't say nothing though, because it's like, what am I gonna say? The child can't watch Baby Shark. Like, I'm gonna get annoyed, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Looks like the iPad's a better mother than she is.
That's for sure.
I think you could reduce the volume in that case a little bit, you know. I think if it's helping them regulate from a meltdown, that's fair enough. But, you know, just sticking an iPad in front of kids all the time when they're struggling, I don't think is an accurate way, a good way to like instill self-regulation. You want to instill some aspects of self-regulation into them so that they have the skills to do so themselves, you know. But I think in this case, I think an iPad's fine. Although I imagine that it's going to be quite loud and it's going to cause a further disagreement in this acting thing.
Ooh.
So, we ready or?
I can't wait to see how the iPad kids come out.
We are. My son is looking forward to the chicken fingers on a hamburger
solid
bun
choice.
with honey mustard and lettuce.
Yeah, no, we don't do custom orders here like that.
Oh, we've had it before. I called earlier and asked if it was okay.
Just the most disagreeable, annoying, like, service ever. I mean, it's incredibly, like, I mean, it's incredibly unrealistic, but... Okay, I'm trying to look past it. These actors are making me angry. Who's the content creator? SSSniperwolf. A very controversial creator, for sure.
Okay.
Are you calling me a liar?
What? No, not at all. It's just, that's the only way Dylan will eat the chicken fingers, and because of his autism, he has a very specific and narrow
Is there
diet.
another problem over here?
No.
Yes, there is. She's calling me a liar.
What kind of restaurant do they talk to you like this? It's gotta be in LA. What happened? The customer's always right. You're calling me a liar!
It's just the mafia boss version of a restaurant. God, yeah, the Ginkles don't do it anymore. Damn Ginkles. Why am I getting so angry at the characters even though I know it isn't real? I think from watching other videos from, not from her, from the people who made the original video, I think there generally is like some golden lining to it, so you can look forward to that.
Honestly, at this point, she's asking
Hopefully
for
they get
everything.
arrested for
Everything that she's gonna get,
discrimination.
she deserves it because she stayed. I would have left so quick.
That's it. I'm gonna have to
Like,
ask you to leave.
every
I will
other
not
place
have
got
customers
chicken fingers on a
belittling our
bun.
staff.
I am not belittling him. I am only saying that I
Express
called
emotion.
earlier about a custom meal and I was told that it wasn't a problem.
I've heard enough. I want you to leave right now. Ever since your son arrived here, you've been nothing but trouble.
He ain't even doing nothing. He minding his own business.
I only wanted to take my son to a nice restaurant for his 10th birthday.
I don't want to hear anymore. Try to be nice to you, but I want you to leave right now.
He hasn't have done anything to be nice.
She is acting like she just like slept with a wife or something. It's hard to take it seriously. I'm fortunately aware that sugar looks like salt, but they taste different. Adults bullying a kid. It's just so ridiculous.
I really hope her husband is some like rich, famous dude. Oh,
Mr.
is that him?
Dawkins!
There he
It's
is.
Oh,
so
Mr.
nice to see
Dawkins.
you.
Oh, wow.
So what do we owe this pleasure?
I'm here to celebrate, actually.
Oh, he's a
That's
he's
her
an
husband. And
important
honestly,
guy.
that laugh was the most annoying thing I've heard all night. Way louder than the kids banging.
Oh, exciting. You know, it's not often we have our esteemed owner
Oh, there
just
we
dining
go.
with us.
I know. It's been
You got
too
it,
long since
Cherries.
I've dropped in, but tonight is my son's birthday, and of all the restaurants I own, this one is his favorite.
Ooh, girl, if that's your husband, then that means you also own the restaurant. You own a restaurant with horrible service. Like, how do they not know who the owner's wife is? It's like that show where the restaurant owner goes undercover to see what the employees are doing wrong.
That is so wonderful. But know this, we are so glad to have you here. Well, this is great. So, when can we expect to see you?
Absolutely. It's so nice to see you. Oh, it's joyous. A joyous occasion. God damn it.
Your son.
He should already be here with his mother. I was running late and asked him to order
autistic
for me,
son.
so.
Oh, no one told me.
Oh, no one told me. Oh, your son is that annoying little kid banging his spoon that we almost kicked out 3 times?
Oh, yeah,
Yikes.
my wife isn't one to make a big deal about it, so I'm sure she didn't mention who she was. She has her hands full enough with our son. He's autistic, and she moves mountains to keep him happy and safe.
Oh. So that's, well, you know, we have not seen any boys with their mother being seated yet, so,
What do you mean there's
They
like
got
4
stuck in
people in this
traffic.
restaurant?
Strange. She would have called me if she were running late. Emily?
Oh, thank God.
What's going on? What's wrong?
You wouldn't believe what we've been through.
Tell me.
Well, first they made us move from the table in the corner that I reserved special for Dylan.
Why?
Some rude customer said that Dylan was making too much
Girl,
noise.
I'd be crying too.
Then after they forced us to move, the same couple made rude comments about my abilities as a mother.
Who said that to you?
The
And then
Finkles.
the manager threw us out when I tried to get Dylan's chicken fingers the way that he likes them when we come here.
Ooh, y'all
let's
are
just wait a
fired.
second here,
Everybody
because
leaves this
I-
restaurant.
Are you calling me a
Except
liar?
the cook.
Okay, let's just, can we just calm down here, okay? Nobody is calling anyone a liar. It's just a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, we literally didn't know that your husband owns the restaurant. And by marital law, that means you also own the restaurants.
When you go out of your way to be cruel to a person who's just trying to care for their child, that's not a misunderstanding. You know, for the past quarter, I've been debating whether or not we needed new management in this establishment. Thank you for making me see that it's long overdue.
Sir?
You're
like-
fired.
Justice.
You too.
That dude looking around like, what did I do? I'd just be listening to him.
I want you both out of here before I finish my next sentence.
If I
Go.
could just,
Ooh, you're done. All y'all are cooked.
One moment, sweetie. I think it's best if you both leave this restaurant.
Look, we've been coming here for a very long time.
And now it's time to find a new place to eat,
Lol.
because you're both banned from eating at any of my restaurants
She should
in the
record
future.
it, that's what I said.
You really ought to reconsider.
Why?
We really love eating here.
And I love my wife and son. Maybe you should have thought about that before you were so needlessly cruel to them.
Ooh,
Finkles be for the streets. Get out there.
can't get you a man like that.
Come on, son. Let's go celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, he getting some cake later. I ain't talking about the sun. But anyways, that's all.
No, I think we're done with you, snipers. I was really, I was really hoping to some degree that they'd have something to say. They didn't add anything to that video at all. I think this is obviously like incredibly funny and hyperbolous because of the acting and the situation. It's not very realistic, but it does definitely speak to an issue that does occur very, very often, which is discrimination both of autistic children and also stereotyping autism parents for, you know, their children behaving in ways that aren't typical, which is definitely an issue that extends to pretty much all environments, whether it be, you know, in parent groups, you know, teaching environments, sometimes teachers towards parents as well, mind you. And it is something that needs to be changed with time, and hopefully with some more awareness work and more acceptance and education, that perhaps people will be a bit more informed on that stuff. And I mean, I'm saying this, but like, I think to anybody who is a reasonable, nice, sort of respectful human being, like, they would probably approach that situation a little bit differently. You know, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily an issue of education. I think it's just an issue of temperament and selfishness. There's a little sprinkle of narcissism in there, potentially. I think we're done tonight, guys.